Hello, Just Too Good here, and here's my commentary video on the top 10 ridiculous LEGO play features. I just released this on the weekend. One of the shorter lists that I released recently. It's not over 10 minutes. Couldn't load that up with ads, but it's one that I've been wanting to do for a while. It's one I've been working on for, I don't know, a year in terms of just listing stuff. There's a lot of times where I start a list, like, I don't know, a year before I actually put it out, because it's just an idea I'm keeping around my head. For example, the retired Lego minifigure pieces. I see that on the recommended on the side, and that's one where I'm like, okay, what's some obsolete Lego minifigure pieces that I can make a video about? Because just weird things like this like annoy me. Like the inconsistencies was another one where it's just like, I don't know. It's like it kind of annoys me what's going on there, like all these inconsistencies. So this one I'm like, what are some weird, funny play features? And what this started out as was actually what were the stupidest play features. So it was a much more negative list, but at the end I really just want to make a list video on play features that stood out. So I was like, okay, what's one that could encompass bad play features but also good features that are just straight up weird but cool, because not all weird things are bad. Weird Al is an amazing musician and his name's Weird. So I was like, ridiculous is probably the best word. And then I almost made it, for the longest time it was actually craziest Lego play features, but I'm like, is that too clickbaity? Is that like a clickbaity thing? I thought it fit pretty well, but I think people would take that the wrong way, putting craziest. It may have got more views to put craziest, but I don't know if that was the best word for this. I think ridiculous was the best word. So that's what we ended up with, ridiculous. Haven't pressed play yet, so let's see. So you could see I say top 10 craziest play features because that's how late I changed the name ridiculous play features. Because I was throwing around ridiculous, but I was like, okay, I'm just going to go craziest. Because, yeah, it may be a little clickbaity, but it will probably get the most views or whatever. There you go. I was almost going to clickbait y'all. I don't think it was the best word, though. So I was like craziest, but I'll interchange it with ridiculous in the intro. So you'll see I said ridiculous ones. So right here I say top 10 crazy ridiculous play features. This was the last thing I added to the video. This one, for the longest time, said top 10 craziest Lego play features on here. Last minute, I was like, no, I gotta go with ridiculous. So I did top 10 crazy, ridiculous play features. I put crazy here, even though it's not in the title, because I say craziest there. So it wouldn't flow well if I put top 10 ridiculous play features in this 1 second, and then I say craziest there. It would just look confusing. So to put it, I put crazy there, top 10 crazy, ridiculous play features. That works. Clickbaity, super honest or whatever. One thing, I also made it look kind of crazy, but looking back, I would change this to make this a little bit tilted to the other way, because this looks crazy. These would look crazy if the play feature was a little bit tilted. So that's one thing I regret, but not a big deal. So let me put this at like and one thing was, I was trying to make for the intro, sometimes I do like pictures of sets or whatever. This one I thought it was perfect to do from the start. I wanted to do commercials that were showing play features. What I was going to do was, I was inspired by Ratatouille when they're zooming into the TV from the intro. So I was going to have the like kind of like the it's hard to explain, but like the commercials would be like zooming in, like it would start very small and it would zoom in almost like a TV, but it wouldn't work out because all these were different sizes, so it would have taken a very, very long time. And then I had to make a consistent size for each. Like I was like, I don't know if I could really pull this off yet at the editing level, so unfortunately I had to go with this, where it's just one static size, but I think it worked out really well. And you can see even that one was a reference to one of the sets. I think I probably just, it was in there and I was like, oh, okay, that was one of the recent lists when I talked about that set and disappointing sets. But, you know, I was like, oh, I want to put Angry Birds in there. That was one where I sought out. I'm like, I want to put Angry Birds. So I have like old stuff, new stuff. Also, I put Steven Universe music in the beginning because I was, for the longest time, I was like, what should I put as an intro? But Steven Universe ended up working pretty well because, which one did I put? I put, oh, the Sunstone theme. Yeah, that was, because that's one of my favorite background tracks, actually, from a more recent episode. And I was like, okay, that could work. So that was like more of like the last 2 days. I thought of like, okay, let me put like a Steven Universe track could be cool. Because for the intros, I need short music that's really good. And a lot of the Steven Universe tracks are like under a minute. So that worked out pretty well. So we had it inside right there. And it was my idea to do with each of these transitions, do a different ad on the background. Sometimes I'll just show sets zooming out on the background, but for this one, I wanted to do a different ad for each part. So number 10, also another thing I did that, which is kind of new. I don't know if I've done this in other lists. The number zooms, you see how it zooms out like that, and it sets into place, which was kind of interesting. But this was one I knew would be an easier one to edit because it was going to be short. I thought it was going to be under 5 minutes, honestly. And something like this one right here, the Snape one it's like what, 20 seconds long. So this was so easy to edit. This is not like my best work, honestly. But what I put Maniac Mansion music. I was looking for spooky music. I'm like, what's some spooky games I played when I was younger? Maniac Mansion is a good one. See, that was like super quick. I had to put some Wolfpack there because I love the Wolfpack, so I put that as. I'm trying to display also on the background with these commercials a play feature being shown in the commercials. This was another one where it's like, okay, I'm going to talk for like 5 seconds. This one was the music choice here was just, okay, Batman game, because the older Batman games, GB, NES, all those have some pretty good music. So I was like, I didn't grow up playing these. They're not close to me, but there's probably good music. So I just searched there. I'm like, okay, this list as a whole, like I said, this is one of my quicker ones, and like the music choices, I'm not like super passionate about any of these or anything like that. There's some good choices though. Sonic Chaos. I want to put a Sonic Chaos song there, so I was like, okay, that's a good one. I almost didn't even want to put this set on the list because I've talked about this it's like this and the Death Star I've talked about on so many lists. I'm just kind of getting bored of them. But I ended up doing that. I remember I wrote this part. Did I write this part? Yeah, I think I was writing this part back in May. Yeah, I wrote this part way back when. The Snape one was listed. I don't think I wrote that one until recently. This was one. A lot of these choices, for recent lists, I've been asking friends for some ideas. I think this one was by Penn Plays. I think he told me this one. I might be wrong about that though. It was either Pirush is another person who helps me with just ideas for these lists. CM for Psy, Ashton, Flash, of course. Mario Party 1 slowly
can actually detach from the fortress and turn into a skull spider. No, not like those.
I don't remember that Mario Party 1 song, but yeah. Oh, people are getting mad at me for this. They're like, well, actually, the skull is in the TV show, so it's not. That doesn't mean it's not a ridiculous play feature. And this wasn't even a bad one. I like this play feature. It's just a ridiculous play feature because it's ridiculous. I mean, it's just because it's in the show doesn't mean it's not ridiculous. And that part right there, I really wanted to include that because I'm like, I want to show. I know some Bionicle. Like when I saw that, I'm like. Skull Spider, oh, Bionicle, like Bionicle 2015. Like I know this stuff, so I put that there. I'm like, I need to. That's probably one of the best editing in the video. It's not even that good of editing, but like I said, this was a quicker one, so I really wanted to put the Skull Spider there as a joke for like a second. Like that was in the script and everything.
Like it has the flick missile play feature, but no, that's just a strange added-on design choice.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see. Adventurers, of course.
The play feature that inspired this list is found in the 2012 Lego Lord of the Rings.
Oh, this was the Majora's. I was surprised I didn't use that Majora's because when I saw this, I'm like, I want to use Chase. I'm surprised I didn't. That's one of my favorite tracks from Majora's Mask has great music in general. And this was one I wanted to do from the start. This was one of the ones that was on the list for a while, but I did mess up here. So, yeah, you could see those aren't the shooting things. It is actually. You can see it right there. It's a stud. So I made a mistake on this list, to be honest. I think I pinned it though. I pinned. Did I pin the comment? Let's see. Yep. Okay, I pinned the comment. So let's see what they said. Yeah. Great set though. But yeah, you put some Scooby-Doo sets on the intro. Oh, this was one the Mario Party 1 music. I was like, okay, I had that track in my head. I'm like, which game is that from? I'm like, oh, Mario Party 1. This was one. I'll be honest, Penn Plays helped me with this. I didn't even know this was a feature, but when I heard him say that, I'm like, I want that on the list. That is such a good idea. I didn't even know like that was a cool ridiculous play feature. Like I love that one. That it interacts with the packaging. So I wouldn't have known that if it wasn't for him. The new Lego Hidden Side Paranormal amazingly hilarious. This was one. I think this one I had when I built the set. When I built the set, I'm like, I should add this to the list. I think that was it. And this was another one that the Steven Universe music I used, because I did use two Steven Universe on this track. That one I wanted from the start. The one from Together Breakfast. I was like, I want the Together Breakfast music here. But yeah, a lot of poop play features on this list. For this one, the music, I was like, I want Toy Story music, so I was like, oh, okay, that works from Toy Story 1. This one was one that I surprisingly didn't think of right away. I was like, that's a good idea, the pizza launcher. I probably put that in around June or July when I started this a long time ago. Let's see, what's the number one? It was oh, the parrot. Yeah, Great Marsh was kind of a last minute idea, but I was like, that's a good song. Usually the last songs of each video is something really good, something I've been saving. Great Marsh wasn't one I was saving, but it's a song that I've considered before, and I'm like, okay, this is a good one to put it, because I love that track. And thank you to SabFan 2000, right? 2000 or 200. That was cool. And, you know, I wanted to show at the end, wrap it up. Okay, I actually do appreciate these play features, you know. So, yeah. Also, for the ending credit figure, I put the porta potty. I was going to put Snape, but I was like, I can't get a picture of Snape alone. And I'm like, oh, porta potty would have been perfect, even though it's not really a minifigure that works. So, that's actually it for this little list. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Hope you guys enjoyed that list. If you haven't seen it, go check it out. It's on the channel. Again, one of the more quicker ones, and I hope to do some more lists soon. Sorry there was such a gap between this one and last one. I was trying to get like one every 2 weeks in the summer, and I took kind of a break. I've been moving and everything like that, so hope you guys understand. Either way, I'll see you guys later. Peace out. Bye.